give us one more idea of yours that's involving.
I'd like to share a visual hands-on teaching idea that involves objects. And this idea can be adapted to any number of different types of content. Years ago, I designed this so that I could teach expectant parents infant obstructed airway rescue. So I need some volunteers to help me to hold objects.
All right, let's use our audience.
Now we're going to do an activity that I call Baby Heimlich. And what we're going to learn are the 9 steps of how to stop an infant who's 1 year or less from choking on a foreign object. And so what I'm going to ask you to do is to be responsible, the 3 of you right here, for 3 objects. And then in the end you get to touch them all. Here's our first objects. Let me give them out the way they should be done. And then I'm going to ask you to hold them up in the sequence that they're in front of you. So, our first step, if you'll hold up the baby. If you'll squeeze him in the middle, he makes a little noise. Yes, indeed, you have a baby, and he's in a high chair, he's sitting up, and he's eating something, but suddenly you notice his face is blue. Look at that. He's maybe having a problem breathing. So the first step is you look at the infant, and you say, my goodness, it looks as if the baby's choking. So now let's move to the second step, which if you'll hold up for everybody to see. You want to slide the infant down your arm so that its head is lower than the rest of its body, as it is here on the slide. And then the third step, if you'll take that hand and if you'll hit it against your hand 5 times, you want to give the baby 5 back blows. So, if you'll hold up each object one at a time, we'll all say what that step is for. So if you'll hold up the first one, what's that represent?
Baby turning blue.
Baby looks like they're choking, turning blue. So what do we do?
Slide them down your arm.
Slide them down the arm, head lower than the rest of their body. And then what do we want to do?
Slap them 5 times.
5 back blows. That's exactly right. Now what do we do with the baby? If you'll hold that up. You want to flip the baby over. Yes, you want to flip the baby over. Our next step, if you'll hold that up so everybody can see it, is proper hand placement. Notice how the fingers are coming down. And the 3 middle fingers, the top one goes mid-nipple line and then you lift it. So it's proper hand placement. That's what that stands for. And then if you'll push on that 5 times, you want to press on the baby's chest 5 times, about as deep as you go on the bell. So if you'll hold up your first object, what's that, everyone? Flip the baby over. Proper hand placement. And then 5 presses to the chest, right? Yes, 5 compressions as deep in the bell. So now what do we do? Our next step, if you'll hold up that item, go ahead, open them up and look at what they are. They're googly-eyed glasses. Notice the eyes are coming down because you want to look in the infant's mouth. That's the next step. Look in the infant's mouth. Then, if you see what the infant is choking on, you want to take it out. If it's visible, you want to remove it. And then what do we have? We have a happy baby that's no longer choking. Or turn it upside down, just like this. Very good. Turn it upside down. Show it to your friends. Yes, this means if the baby's still choking, we need to repeat the process until they're not choking or they become unconscious, which is when we call 911. That would be a not so happy face. So if you'll hold up your objects again, and we'll all say what they're for. This is for look in the baby's mouth. Yes, and then
remove the foreign
remove
object.
it if you can see it. Yes, and then what do we have? Happy baby. Or we repeat until the baby is not choking or becomes unconscious, and then what do we do?
Call 911.
Very good. Now, let's just go through this one more time. Hold up the object. Let's all look at it. Choking baby.
Baby.
Next.
Slide them down your arm.
Down.
Head first.
Head first. Next.
5 blows.
5 back blows. Good.
Flip the baby over.
Mm-hmm.
Proper hand placement.
Yes. Go for it. 5 depressions to the chest.
Just look at the baby's mouth.
Remove the foreign object.
And then
Hopefully a
happy baby. Hopefully happy, yes. Hopefully happy. Now this is what I do next. I take and I mix up all the objects. And then I have one person put the objects in order. So if you'll stand, please, and put what 3 objects go with which person in order.
First, the baby.
Yes.
Then you flip the baby on the arm.
Very good.
5 back blows.
Yes.
Then you flip the baby over.
Good.
Proper hand placement.
Very nice.
5 strikes to the chest.
Yes.
Look inside the mouth.
Mm-hmm.
Remove the foreign object.
Mm-hmm.
And hopefully you have a happy baby. Otherwise, you repeat.
Right. Give her a big hand. Very nice. Very nice indeed. So just to reinforce this, baby's choking, not breathing anymore. What do? We slide the infant down our arm. We give it 5 back blows. We flip the infant over, find proper hand placement, depress 5 times on the chest, look in the baby's mouth. Oh, we see the object, we take it out, we have a happy baby. So thank you very much. Give yourselves a big round of applause.
Michele, put together for us everything you've talked about. How do educators structure their content for maximum retention?
Well, let me show you a structure I like to use. First, we want to start with an activity that gets their attention, bonds them in the positive, and gets them immediately involved. Once we do that, we want to move to our first segment of content, somewhere between 9 and 20 minutes. That's what this loop means. Then when we notice we're starting to lose some, we want to refocus. We want to come out of the circle of learning. Then we come back in, content, refocus, content, refocus, content, refocus. This continues to the end. When we get to the end, we want to do a sneaky review stealth recap before people leave us.
Show me what a stealth recap activity looks like.
Let's give our audience here and the one in Babies R Us 90 seconds to make the longest list of everything they've learned today in our session. I'm looking for the longest list in the room. Quantity is important. I know they'll all be quality answers. So get ready. One of you needs to be the scribe. You need to start writing. Get ready, get set, go.